the church in Kenya has increasingly become, divided into political persuasions. We do not have to be carried by political persuasions. No, as a church, we operate above political persuasions. We move those that are political players into the persuasion of God, even within their formations. Sometimes we may have formations that allow God more than the other formations, but whichever way, they are still political formations. The government is a political formation, as well as the opposition is a political formation. Now, if you are so glued into either the government side or the opposition side, then you cannot hear God properly. And you cannot understand when God is moving us towards a particular direction. Number two, if you are so glued into tribalism, you cannot hear God well. You will always be vouching for your tribesmen or for your tribe kingpin. You will never be able to understand the course that God is taking. But as a church, God is calling us to operate from a higher ground, to operate from the place where you can listen to God, know what He's saying, separated from your tribal inclination or from your ethnic extraction or background, and be able to listen to God and not to the ancestral demonic altars that are ever speaking, or not to listen to the political persuasion that you may have, or that your people may have, or the people around you may have, so that you can be able to judge correctly and be able to discern what is the will and purpose of God at this particular time. And that is why majority of the people in the church are still captives of their ethnic extractions. They are still captives of negative ethnicity. They are still captives of, political divides, either on this side or on the other side. But God has called us to freedom. He has called us to a place where you can stand and understand that you don't belong to either. When the angel of God appeared in Jericho, and Joshua asked, "Are you for us or against us?" He said, "Neither. But as a captain of God's army, I'm now come." So when we stand, we don't take sides. We stand in the place of God, or in the place where God wants us to stand. And then, if it favors one, it is not because we are showing favoritism. No, it is because God has chosen to favor David and not Saul. It is because God has chosen to bless one and not the other.